Hi everybody, welcome to another video. So today I'm going to continue my series on reviewing different cities to live in the Philippines. Currently we are doing the island of Mindanao. So I'm going to go ahead and review Davao. That's where I'm currently at. I will be gone in about 10 days or so, and I will be traveling around and visiting some of the cities that you guys have suggested. And again, if there's a city that you want me to review, as long as it's not in the dangerous area of Mindanao, go ahead and comment down below and let me know. Next year, I will continue on and I'll go on to Leyte and Negros and the other ones. So the way this works is I've put it down into 5 categories. Number 1 being safety. Number 2, cost of living. Number 3, things to do. Number 4, infrastructure, and number 5, friendliness of the people. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin with number 1. So if any of you have watched my videos, you know already that Davao is one of my personal favorites. Again, I will preface this by saying I love the Philippines, period, and I love many of the cities here. And I love the people all over the Philippines. They're friendly, they're great, always a smile, and there's a lot of great places to see here. There's just some that I like more than others. There's no city that I really don't like other than Manila, just because pollution and it's just overcrowded. It's not that there's not good accommodations or friendly people there. It's just me personally, I'm not big into the heavy populated areas and a lot of traffic and a lot of pollution. So Manila and Cebu tends to be heading that way. Again, I love the people there. I love the things that you can do, nature, all of that stuff, but just not my 2 favorite cities. Okay, so Davao. So number 1, safety. Now, Davao, as many of you know, is where President Duterte resides and was mayor for a long time. And because of that, I think the city might be one of the safest cities in Mindanao. Maybe in the Philippines for that matter. And because of that, I don't think there is a place in Davao that I have felt uncomfortable walking around at any time of the night. Now, I don't tend to walk around late at night all over the place anyway, but I have been to the night market a few times, and I've been to a few areas with some live music, and I had no problem walking around at night. Never felt in any kind of danger or anything. So as far as safety, I give it a really high rating. I feel very safe here. I think crime like pickpockets and robberies and things like that are quite low. Okay, so that's safety. Number 2, cost of living. You know, I don't know if the cost of living is any less expensive than Cebu. I think it's almost on par. There's going to be some things that are cheaper, like some local fruits that are over here in Mindanao that you can get a little bit cheaper, some vegetables. I think if you stay away from the condos and go into renting some houses and stuff, I think you can live cheaper and a little bit nicer in Davao. Now, if you stick with the condos, I think the condos in Cebu might actually be a little bit cheaper, or at least right on par with Davao. So, cost of living, Davao, a little bit cheaper. I think if you want to live in a house or rent out a house or something, you could probably rent out a house for 10,000 pesos all the way up to 20,000 for a nice, good-sized house here. And you know, anyone wondering, 10,000 is about 200 US to 20,000 is about 400. Most condos I have seen here go from the 20 or maybe about the 16 or 17K all the way up to 35, 40, depending how big, if you want studio or if you want a 2-bedroom. So that's cost of living. I think it's right in line with the rest of the major cities in the Philippines. Okay, so number three, things to do. A lot of people will say they found Davao boring, but I don't. I think there's a lot of places that you can go with a lot of great live music. There's some good bars. I'm not big into drinking, but I do love live music, and I have found a lot of great places to go catch some live music here. And there's a lot of nature nearby. There's Mount Apo for hiking. There's whitewater rafting nearby. There's Samo Island, which you can take a 10-minute ferry across to go check out, and they've got waterfalls and snorkeling and scuba diving and great beaches. And there's a lot of places that you can travel within the vicinity of 2 or 3 hours from Davao that are safe, that you can go check out, waterfalls, beaches, places like that. So there's plenty of malls, movie theaters, Western-style restaurants, and just tons of restaurants in general. And then you got the Davao night market, and the night market is huge. Just tons of different kinds of foods for you to try, and shopping if you want to buy some inexpensive shirts, sunglasses, hats, things like that. So I rate it really high when it comes to things to do. I don't know why some people say they find it boring. I don't know why. Okay, infrastructure. Infrastructure, it's got the great condos. It's got some great parks. Traffic at times in the downtown area and towards the airport can be a little bit heavy. There's great malls. I think there's like 5 malls that I can think of that are pretty good size. Traffic again is a little bit heavy, but yeah, I think in infrastructure it's good. You can get fiber. You can get good internet here. There are some places that don't have great internet, but if you need good internet, you can certainly find it here. What goes along with infrastructure? Well, internet. Brownouts I haven't found to be too common here, not if you're living in a condo. I don't know what it's like if you rent out a house, but yeah, I think infrastructure is really good. Friendliness of the people. Now this, for me, is where Davao wins out, or maybe just Mindanao in general. I find that the friendliness of the people here in Davao is fantastic. Again, friendliness of people all over the Philippines is great, so please, nobody think that I think anybody's unfriendly in any part of the Philippines, because they're actually really friendly everywhere. But Davao, I feel like it's a big city, but kind of with like a small town feel to it. When I had went to the parade a week or two ago, I mean, police officers, soldiers, just people walking by were greeting me, good morning, and just big smiles, and people posing and taking photos with me. They wanted to take photos. I'll throw some of those up on the screen here, and kind of, it was fantastic. I loved it. It was great. And so I think Davao's got the big city appeal, and the big city, it is a big city, and then you have that small town feel with the friendliness and everything. Some of the negatives, I guess, about Davao, and maybe just living in Mindanao in general, Davao is pretty spread out. So if you want to go to certain parts of the city, it can be a lengthy ride. It's because it is quite spread out. Some other things, if you're living in Mindanao, there are going to be areas that you shouldn't go into. Okay, like the Zamboanga area with the Abu Sayyaf and the terrorist activity. Now, like islands like Cebu and Negros and Leyte, you can just explore the entire island, no problem. But Mindanao, you do have to be aware of where you're going and what areas you should stay out of. So I guess if we're going to go with 2 negatives, that would be it. It's just really spread out, and you can't explore the entire island because there are some areas you shouldn't go into. But overall, I would give Davao, I'm scaling on a 1 to 5, I would give Davao a very high rating of a 4.5. Now, a lot of this is just my personal opinion and what I like personally, but others may rate it not as high or even higher. But hopefully this helps you out. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification to stay up to date with the latest content. Let me know down in the contents what city you want me to visit to. Like I said, I'm in Mindanao till the end of the year, and then I will spread out, and I'll go to Leyte and Negros, and I might hit up Cebu again, and then I might go. I'm sure I'll go to Iloilo and probably get back to Luzon at some point too. So, thanks again, everyone. See you next time.